Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about the new Urban Decay Stoned vibes. But first, if you're new to my channel, make sure that you're subscribed in order to be entered in regular giveaways. This time I'm giving away the new Mothership Divine Rose 2, so make sure that you're subscribed. Alright, so before I talk to you about the new Urban Decay Stoned vibes, I want to quickly go through some sale items in Sephora and why I'm really not surprised they're on sale. First, we have these KVD vegan beauty lipsticks that, as you remember in the past, they were very sought out. They just made all these shades that are less popular right now go on sale and get rid of it basically. And another thing that was not really surprised me, was the Fenty Beauty contour trios, and these were just, popular for a hot minute, and I guess nobody really cared. For me, I found their application really funny and, not easy to use, and I don't know if you picked this up or not, but I wouldn't recommend it, and I guess now it's on sale. Another thing that's been on sale for like over a year now is these Natasha Nona matte palettes. I don't think she's very good with creating mattes like with her Safari and her Tropic palette. They ended up getting a lot of negative reviews right off the bat, and people are saying the green, yellow, and the blue shade didn't really show up so well, and I guess I know they're right because I have that palette and I barely reached out for it once. Another problematic palette was the Alchemist palette from KVD, and that was really chalky. I still have it, but I'm never, I don't think I'll use it as much. So, but what's really shocking is these Norvina minis that were so popular only a couple months ago, and they're quickly trying to get rid of it. I don't think they're going to be continuing with these minis because the quality is so poor. They're just so chalky, and even though I bought them, I still don't reach out for them as much, maybe for one or two shimmer shades, but the mattes are very difficult to work with, and I feel like they're such a waste. Even the third one that only came out a couple of months ago is already on sale also, and it looks like they're really trying to push these out of the door. My thoughts are they probably won't continue with these minis, and maybe she'll just continue making her big palettes, the volume 1, 2, 3, 4. But at the same time, Huda hasn't suffered as much as Norvina has with these Rubik's Cube type random color assorted minis. Another thing that's been on sale forever, I think the past 2 years, I've been seeing this kilowatt highlighter palette. It's very chunky and glittery, so I'm not surprised these are on sale. I just think that it's a shame that Norvina's line, these minis, are already going out the door, but at the same time I'm not super surprised because I didn't think there was a big market for it. Every time I go into a Sephora, they would just be nobody looking at those. But one thing that I think is good quality and is on sale is probably this Fenty powder set. I actually thought this was a good quality item. It was originally overpriced at $100, but at $50, I'd say it's more affordable. Pat McGrath, usually her lipsticks go on sale. I think when her palettes, I've seen mini palettes, mini quads go on sale, they don't really stay on sale for too long. They usually get snatched up pretty fast. But the lipsticks, every now and then I do see them show up and then they disappear. Another thing that was probably interesting, but not well worth the money in all of their line, was the Moschino collection, the Sephora Moschino collection. You see a few of their highlighters that are left. I think the laptop is already sold out. This little bear mask, it's been on sale forever. I think the laptop's already been on sale forever too, but I think that laptop in particular, if I look for the keyword laptop to see if that's still on there. Oh yeah, it sold out and it's out of stock. That one was actually worth it. I ended up buying it at full price, but with $36, if you could have gotten your hands on it, I think the silvers were really good, and it had some really nice shimmers in there, and it was a very unique palette. And surprisingly, you know, they has this little sticker. And yeah, if you could have gotten hold of this palette, I think it was worth it. If you find it somewhere, I think it's a good deal for the half of price. But you know, with their newer items, I'm pretty sure the new ultraviolet palette is going to make its way soon there, just like the Urban Decay Wired made its way to the sale. So other new items that they have on sale, I can't seem to find any Mcgrath palettes because, like I said, they usually disappear pretty quickly. I'm pretty sure I saw one of her quads on there like a day ago. I think it already sold out. So I guess that one's not on here. The another one is the Ciate palettes. The Ciate palettes have been on there like forever. I don't think they had much success. And again, we have KVD Beauty, this gold glitter liner. This was terrible. This was super patchy. I've, you know, bought it and then changed my mind, but I still have it and it's just super patchy. I don't recommend that. Another thing that we talked about was those highlighters. I found that those highlighters were actually fun, like, but gimmicky. The only thing that was worth it on here was the laptop, which is already sold out. So right now, the only thing of value was those Fenty powder sets, and everything else just, to me, just didn't seem worth it. Even at sale price, I would never buy any of these items at sale price even. And I don't see that Pat McGrath palette available here anymore. It was the one of her quads that I saw here, but yeah, I don't think there's her single shades, or at least not in this category. I think I'd pick up because I've just been buying so much of her palette, so I wouldn't go out and buy her single shades in this case. So another thing that I've been trying to look for is her quad to see maybe if I can find it, but no, I guess it's gone. So there's that. My prediction is coming soon to sale, and it probably like a few months, will be the Urban Decay Naked Ultraviolet palette. I don't think this palette is going to last very long at full price, and I'm pretty confident it will be on sale. Now the new Urban Decay Stoned palette, it also doesn't look like it'll be very successful, just because of the pressed glitters and because of the style of the palette. I think it's supposed to be just a quick cash grab, to be honest with you. I think that there's like not enough like colors for inner corners, and the name reminds me of something that Melt chose for like stoners and 420, and it just doesn't seem true to Urban Decay's like original identity. It feels that Urban Decay is trying to be someone they're not. It might be like the Moondust palette, but the Moondust palette is very unique. It had shimmers and a totally different appeal and appearance to it, whereas the new Stoned palette looks like it has pressed glitters and chunky glitters in there, something ColourPop does. And you guys know my issue with pressed glitters. I've said this in my previous videos. Glitter has been known to cause people to have their eyes removed. Now I know there's a difference between cosmetic glitter and regular glitter, which is more made of glass, but either way, whatever glitter that you're using, it doesn't matter. It will still end up somewhere in the environment. Once you wash it down the drain, it does get into the oceans, and it is so tiny, like the width of a hair, that unlike plastic bottles that you can say you can recycle them, PET glitter is just so tiny that they can't just filter it out of water. And unfortunately, it does get into the environment, and a lot of the marine and ocean animals end up consuming those little particles of glitter, and once they consume it, it becomes part of their body. And because ultimately they're eaten by other animals in the ocean, when we're on the top of the food chain, we do end up consuming that glitter. So while I'm all about people supporting their favorite guru and supporting their favorite or even brand, I've said this about ColourPop too. People should be aware of how this impacts the environment and the environment they live in, and how it actually eventually comes back to all of us. Currently there's no biodegradable glitter, and any glitter that you use is basically small pieces of plastic that will eventually enter marine waters and eventually affect the environment. So when you're dealing with glitter, it does eventually come into the environment and it's not recyclable. And because humans are at the top of the food chain, we do end up consuming it back into our bodies. And unfortunately, when it enters our bodies, there is no way for it to degrade either. So when you consume it in large amounts, it does enter the bloodstream and cause a lot of health problems eventually down the line. So something to be mindful of. Aside from the environmental factor issue, I just don't really get along with glitter, and if it's anything like the Party Favor palette, I don't think I'll want it. And the colors don't really even speak to me. I mean, they are jewel tone, but I prefer my Pat McGrath Decadence palette over this many times over. Just not something to be excited about. Let me know in the comments if you're going to be picking it up. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and make sure you're subscribed, and I will see you guys again next time. Thank you.